Hi, where are we? We're actually at, as we turn around, St.Athan Church in the Vale of Glamorgan. So what you've just been looking at is the walkway to the church. And to make a nice little video for Archaeology Cymru, we're going to look at the church, and it's a church of questions. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a load of questions and with no answers. So obviously we look at the orientation of the church, and it's east-west. So this is the west side of the church. And first of all, Victorian doorway, Victorian windows. There's a few facts. Yew tree, there's a nice yew tree up to about 800 years old. Need to look at it a bit more closer. This is the original outline of, as we would say in Cymraeg, class. So you follow the trees. This is sort of the old boundary, sort of in the church graveyard today, with lots of chest tombs and lots of tombs ranging from burials and so on from the 1700s all the way into modern times, basically. There's the most recent incumbent in the yard. Lots of very interesting things here. In essence, that it's a fairly old and modern church at the same time, with the Victorians really did a number on this church. So as we swoop around, so there we go. We've got the church tower, and we look at the church tower, and we look at it looks like a transeptal church, but we're not going to say anything more about that. I'm actually giving a lecture, a couple of lectures hopefully here, to the community of St. Athan, and lots of the answers will be in the lecture. So we're going back around here. This is the chancel area as we look in, sort of about 4 o'clock in the evening now in a winter month. And there's another side chapel there. So there we go, or is it part of a transept? And is that a medieval window? These are Victorian. So here we go. As I say, I know lots of the answers to these questions, but I want to put them in there anyway. For viewers and listeners, there's a bit of a dressed stone there, so directly above where the Victorians have mucked around with this one. So there you go. But there might be some earlier stuff in there as well. So as we come around, these little niches, well, sort of niches for stones on the outside of churches where stones have completely eroded away. Sort of we go into a porch here that's a lot later than most of the church. You can see that an archway there has been reused. That's a fact. So as we sort of go in into the church, we see where the original entranceway was into the church, and we've got a beautiful load of beams in the roof here, and look at that ridge piece there. That's a lot older than the other ones around them. What dates are we looking at? Anyway, we'll go back into the church, and we sort of wander through. Is there any sign of wall painting inside this church? Like to think so, but there's no sign of wall painting, rood screen, loft, or anything. But we sort of look back down the nave. There we go. We look back through, and we go into the area here. Now this is interesting. Transeptal. Are these two side chapels there? Side chapel on the left as you face the chancel in front, and on the right there as you face the chancel in front. So you've got two side chapels. These are probably both constructed by the Berkerells. Okay, that's empty now. There's nothing in that side chapel. But if we go into this side chapel here, we've got this wonderful tomb. Again, family of Berkerells, and we've got another tomb for the Berkerells over there. Now, the question is, was in fact this chest tomb here, this effigy, was this actually from once placed in that side chapel over here on the opposite side from the chancel entranceway? So this is interesting, right? As we go all the way up, should the arch be much, much further up. And over here, should these windows be much, much further up as well. As we go back over to this wonderful effigy. And we can think of lots of things with this effigy, but the effigy itself has remained fairly intact. We've got this wonderful canopy around, which has got its own changes. And if we go back again, some more sort of questions. We've got the Pasquina on the left there. So if we go over this side, should that actually be there? If you look at Lantwick Major Church, where would this similar looking monument be found in Lantwick Major Church? So as we sort of go back around again, I'm going to be doing another video answering lots of these questions after a good old lecture. So what I'd like to do is probably end this lecture now. But if we go into the chancel quickly, over here, on the left-hand side of the altar, there's where this is the sort of canopy, the niche, where there would be another effigy, but it's gone. Where's the effigy gone? Another effigy of the Berkerall's gone. So what we're going to do, we're going to come back to this and look at that sort of Pasquina on the right-hand side of the altar, again over that side. So very, very interesting. And I think we'll end this lecture now by asking if anyone can put any comments. You don't need to be critical of this one. I'm really asking questions and so on. So if you can look at this video and let me know what you think. Thank you. St. Athan Church, Vale, Glamorgan, Karl-James Langford.